Well, hi everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm the RV Wingman. Thanks for joining me today. In the next few minutes, I'm going to tell you about my recent trip to Discount Tire and how that could relate to RVs and RVing and the RV dealers that I call America's most trusted RV dealers. I'm going to tell you about a Netflix movie that you might want to check out if you haven't seen it already. I find it pretty fascinating. And then I'm going to read an email that I think is a compliment, but I'm not sure. So I'll let you decide. And all along today's video, if you've got comments or thoughts, I welcome them. Please drop them down below. As always, I mentioned my free resource page. You can scan the QR code you see on the screen, or you can find the link in the description down below. That'll get you connected with all kinds of good information, as well as what I call America's most trusted RV dealers. So I have a slow leak in my tire. I've had it for probably, 6 weeks. But at first, it took about 2 weeks. It went down a little bit, and I carry a compressor in the trunk, filled it back up. It took about 2 weeks, and it went down again and again, and you got a little bit faster. So I ended up going to Discount Tire. And I love Discount Tire. They have got a system. I'm over there before they open because they're always very, very busy. And before they open, and this is really important, I think, before they open, their garage doors are open, and I'm looking inside. And it looks like I would imagine a NASCAR team, an Indianapolis race car team. The tools are all lined up in the same place, and they're all neat, ready to go to work. This is at the beginning of the day. And then you look inside the glass windows that are all tinted, and I don't know, there's a dozen, 15 people that work there, and they're having a sales meeting. And the sales meeting, I guess, is to talk about what tires are on sale and how you present yourself. But I'm telling you, they are professional. However, all I needed was the screw pulled out of my tire and have it fixed. That's not all that happened. They did that, but they're so nice. Their job is to sell tires. It's not to fix flat tires. It's not to give away free air checks. It's to sell tires. And to do that, you've got to offer something to get the people in. So that's why it turned out to be free. But there was a price to be paid. And the price to be paid was, I got to learn all about tires. I knew about tires. I know how to get the manufacturing date. And I know. And I understand that they have a job to do. And as I'm there, I'm going, you know what? This young man has a job to do, so I shouldn't get mad at him. I need to listen to the presentation. You know, they're getting close to the yellow area, so you might want to think about all the different things, ways to get you to buy. And I don't like that. Do you like that? I understand it's a service. And why do they do it? Well, they do it because it works. It works. The movie I was telling you, recommending that you watch, is called The Founder. The Founder. If you watch it, it is about Ray Kroc and the founding of McDonald's. And if you will watch, I promise you, if you've got any kind of entrepreneurial spirit or interest in how did fast food become what it's become today? I mean, the machine, how fast? It's not just the quality of the food, but how did it happen? I think it can be traced back to around Ray Kroc's time with the founder. So watch that movie. He reinvented the way that fast food was being served. It wasn't even fast food before then. It became fast food. It was a process. It was a process. And you know what? If you walk into many RV dealers, they have a process. Their process is like it was for me at Discount Tire. I want to know how you feel about this. I'm serious. I want to know how you feel about. They're going to give you the spiel no matter what. They're going to tell you about the age of each tire at Discount Tire and the wear, and the inside wear is more than the outside wear, whatever, and all the different things to get you to what? To buy a tire. That's their job. But that's not the job of an RV salesman, is it? Yet too many times an RV salesman is breathing down your neck. Breathing down your neck won't give you a chance to breathe and to think. The RV dealers I work with, and yes, I do consulting work with them, and yes, they give me a small paycheck for doing consulting work, but one of the things that I tell them is people don't like that. Some people need it. Some people that want somebody to walk around, metaphorically speaking, hold their hand with them and tell them every single thing about every single RV, but I think, and I want to know what you think, most people want some space. Maybe not when you're buying a set of tires, but when you're spending as much money as an RV cost, don't you want a little bit of space? That's what my RV dealers, they're not mine, but the dealers I work with, they give you that space. Hey, have you got any specific questions? Because I can walk with you if you want, but I can give you guys some space too, some freedom. And that is, I think, the best way to sell an RV. That's one reason why they're successful, because they don't breathe down your neck. But I want to know what your opinion is. To me, I know I don't know everything, but I know what I want. And I don't need somebody over here trying to sell me something I don't want. And at the big chain stores, don't you get that a lot? I believe you do. And why do they do that? I think because the same reason Ray Kroc started the system. Discount Tire has their system. Because it works. But I don't think it works on as many people today as it used to work. I think that buyers are more sophisticated. There's more resources out there on the internet, more YouTube videos, that buyers are pretty sophisticated, even if they don't know very much about RVs. They know enough to take their time, most of them. The ones that don't take their time, the ones that make those emotional decisions, make bad decisions. Most of the time, they do. The decision wasn't bad. It was bad when they made it. They just didn't know it yet. Which leads me to this email. I got it from Michael Petty. And I want to get your thoughts on this, because I'll evaluate it, assess it after I get through reading. It says, hey, Wingman, I've been meaning to write you for a while. I've noticed your channel has a large subscriber base, and it does, about 75,000, whatever, subscribers. I've noticed your channel has a large subscriber base, yet many of your videos don't get the kind of views I'd expect, while a few take off and go viral. I always wondered why that was, especially since I genuinely enjoy your middle-of-the-road approach and your common-sense take on issues that go far beyond RVs. Then I watched this video and clicked, and I guess it says clicked on it. It's called The Pandemic of Idiots, How the Virus of Stupidity Infected the Modern World. Oh, just bear with me. Again, it's called The Pandemic of Idiots, How the Virus of Stupidity Infected the Modern World. And I did watch it. I'll tell you about it in a minute. It says, he goes, much of what it says are uncomfortable truths, the same kind of truths that you calmly share around your virtual campfire. The video makes it pretty clear people don't really want truth anymore. They want emotional stimulation, outrage, and easy certainty. And that's exactly what the algorithm rewards. You don't operate in that world, and I think that's a compliment. There are fewer and fewer people we can trust today, and somehow you've got a hodgepodge of traits that thoughtful people recognize. No offense, but you're not overly polished. No offense taken. You're passionate but grounded. You admit when you're wrong. I try to. And you genuinely seem to care about helping people. That's true. You've even got a good amount of humility that's becoming rare. It's a blend that resonates with people who are truly thinking, even if it doesn't attract those who think that they're smart. Truly smart people don't think they're smart. Stupid people do. And those stupid people are everywhere. Can you believe this email? So I just wanted to say, keep telling the truth. Don't worry about chasing the chaos and the algorithm. Keep the fire burning at the virtual campfire. Some of us are listening, and we are grateful. By the way, we are wintering in Florida and plan on visiting your recommended dealer, and we'll let you know how it goes. Wishing you the very best. Michael Petty. Well, I think the Florida dealer has got to be PPL Motorhomes. Hopefully you will check them out. But first off, thank you. Thank you for that long and thoughtful, I think it's a compliment of an email. Michael, I watched that video. Not only did I watch it, I watched it 3 times. My wife, who does not like videos like this, I kind of like them, but I love this one. My wife came in and she listened. She says, I don't like that. I said, why don't you like it? She says, because it's talking about me. I said, well, and she said, but it's talking about you too. And I'm like, it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm going to put a link to that video in the description down below. And if you want clickbait and chaos and all that kind of stuff, don't watch it. But if you like to think, if you like to ponder a little bit and go, wow, and reflect, I would love to know your thoughts on this. Again, it's called The Pandemic of Idiots, How the Virus of Stupidity Infected the Modern World. It is wickedly brilliant, wickedly brilliant. And it's a story that requires you to take some time. And as the video says, most of us don't want to take the time. We just want it. We want it right now, make it good. Yeah, we know enough. And this video kind of addresses that. And my wife, bless her heart, she could recognize herself. She says, it's just like me. And I said, well, it's just like me. And that's one reason we have situations from time to time. Not that I am so smart. It's not. It's just I think of things differently than you do. Not that you're right or I'm right, but it's just the truth. That's what this channel is about. That's what this virtual campfire is about. It's about telling the truth, about being humble enough to recognize our flaws and our strengths and our passion. You know, the metaphor about the chariot and the horses, and the chariot is your life. It's the life. That's where you're going. But the horses are your emotion. And you're the person in the chariot. Your reason and logic. And if you can control your reason and logic, you can make that chariot go pretty much anywhere you want it to go. But when you check out of your reason and logic, those damn horses, they run wild. You know why? Because that's what horses do. The Pandemic of Idiots, How the Virus of Stupidity Infected the Modern World. I won't even attempt to pronounce the next word. Maybe you can. But I would love to, if you watch it, please jump back on here and go to the comments and say, hey, Wingman, I watched it. I liked it or hated it. You wasted my time. I would like to know your thoughts. Also, if you ever watched that movie, The Founder, or if you've had a similar experience at an RV dealer, like at Discount Tire, where they've got, it works. It must work. I know it works at Discount Tire, but those high pressure tactics must work still at some RV dealers. I don't understand it. What kind of tactics do you like? I like to be left alone. Just answer the question. You know, when I want information, I will ask you for it, Mr. Salesperson. And I know I said, I'm the world's best customer that you will ever have. I can pay cash. I will not dicker back and forth. I expect a fair price. I expect you to make some money off of this thing, but I can be the worst customer ever. Because if I smell bullshit, I'm going to call it. And I'm going to walk. And I think most people, the older we get, we're all kind of like that. But I'm going to leave it there. All right. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Make sure, if you would, you give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share it with somebody that might need a little wingman wisdom as we sit around this virtual campfire, and drop a comment. Let me know what you thought of today's video. My name, Alan Warren. They call me the RV Wingman. Hoping that you will be safe, you'll have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I look forward to reading your comments. See you next time. Bye-bye.